Hello everyone, Silverconundrum here. I come to you today with a question. Do you know where your dollar's at? Not the one in your pocket, but the one that our country uses as its currency. Ask yourself this: what is it used for? Where does it go? Who owns the most dollars? Who owns the debt? Well, when you sit back and look at things, the dollar did not open up very well today. In fact, it was down. If I'm not mistaken, it was down to like 93%. That's not good for us, folks. As stackers, we prepare ourselves for such instances. There are a lot of countries around the world that are trying to get away from the US dollar because they know it's bad debt. And you know what? The United States government keeps allowing the Federal Reserve to print more and more fiat dollars. In the history of the United States, we have gone through several different phases of our currency just to get to where we're at. Think about it. We went through the gold and silver standard. We went through the gold standard, or the Bretton Woods standard. We came off of that, and then we went on to the fiat standard, which is where we're at right now. About every 30 to 50 years, we switch standards. What makes this one any different? This standard that we are on right now is no different. And when you look at who owns the most US dollars, it's not the American population. It's not us. It's other countries. It's countries like China, Korea, Japan, Germany, countries like that owns US dollars. And they own physical dollars, not just bank accounts with zeros in them. They own physical dollars. So when they start losing faith in the US dollar, what do you think is going to happen to all those physical dollars? That's right. They're going to come flooding back to us. We're starting to see that now. Russia, China, and a few other select countries are starting to get away from the US dollar now. They are starting to go towards other forms of payment, like the euro, gold, anything that deals with precious metals. They're starting to take those as forms of payment. They're taking the euro as forms of payment, preferably over the US dollar. So when all of that US dollar currency comes back to us, we are going to start seeing inflation, and it's going to go into hyperinflation. The Federal Reserve is trying its best right now, folks, to do everything it can to manipulate the markets to where we don't notice it. But it's like trying to plug a hole in a dam. You ever heard the old story? A little boy goes up to a dam, he puts his finger in it, and it pokes another hole in the dam. He puts his finger in it, and it starts to poke another hole in it, so he puts his other finger in it. Well, sooner or later, the little boy's going to run out of fingers, and there's not going to be enough fingers to go around. That dam's just going to bust, and that little boy's going to drown. Well, we are the little boys. We are the little girls that are going to drown. The US dollar is going to transform into something else, folks. It's time. The fiat currency as we know it has outlived its usefulness. If you are in a financial position and you think that you have the wherewithal to get into the precious metal game, do it. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't claim to be one. But you know what? The writing's on the wall. Look at what's going on around you guys. When your mom and pop stores are shutting down and they're forcing everybody to only shop in the big stores, who do you think rubs elbows with those big store owners? It's definitely not you and me. It's our politicians. They have their fingers in the pie. And guess who's getting rich? It's not you and me. Hell, these politicians could care less about us, guys. It is up to you and me and everyone like us to take care of us. And in order to do so, if we are able to hedge ourselves against this type of inflation that is coming our way, it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but I promise you, it is coming. It is coming, and it is coming in spades. Precious metals is our only true advantage And right now, they are giving it away at decent prices. You can take your fiat currency and turn it in to something tangible, something physical, something that will get you to the other side of this economic crisis that's coming our way. So on my way to work, I passed another few houses that actually had foreclosure signs on them. That is not good. That scares me. That means my town is slowly drying up. I saw a few more houses that had for sale signs up in them. And this is in the big city. Oh, well, I say a big city. The big town of where I live at. Population, not so much. But these are things that are just adding up, guys, from the last time I talked to you. That's like an extra 5 or 6 houses. 2 that are foreclosure, and an extra 3 or 4 that is for sale. On top of the ones that I've already seen. You wait until October, November time frame. And I'm not talking about the elections. I'm talking about, that's 90 days, guys, from when everybody's like, oh, well, rent's due. No, rent was due and you can't pay, get out. Oh, you can't pay your mortgage? Well, you had 90 days. Guess what? Foreclosure. Get your crap, get out. We're selling your property. And these are people who lost their property at no fault of their own. They lost their jobs, their livelihoods. Guess what? Most of these folks have nothing to turn to. Don't let this be you. In the future, when all of this currency comes flooding back to us, we have the potential to face these type of economic crisis. What I'm trying to say to you guys is stand your ground. If you can afford a little bit of silver here and a little bit of silver there, well, guess what? It adds up in the very end. Precious metals, don't let anybody discourage you. Don't look at someone like Silver 5150 or Silver Game of Thrones and see what they show, or Silver Joker and see what they show. These guys have been stacking for years. Don't get discouraged. Be inspired by what they show you. Be inspired by what people try to teach you. A little bit goes a long way. As long as you are able to keep your mind open and listen, you can learn more than you give yourself credit for. Guys, they are trying to kill off the US dollar. By they, I mean the powers to be. They know what's coming. As long as they are able to capitalize themselves into a position that grants them power on the other side of the economic crisis that is still coming our way, well, guess what? They don't care about you or me or anybody else. We are literally left to, like I said in a previous video, eat crumbs. They don't care. But you know who does care? I care. I care enough to take time out of my day to talk to you. Silver 5150 cares. Silver Game of Thrones cares. AG Skyflyers cares. Anna T cares. Hell, X-Pac Stacker lives in Korea and he makes time to, because he cares. There are so many people that care and they don't want nothing from you but your best interests. They want you to succeed. They want you to be on the other side. They want you to prosper. We all want you to prosper. So, with that being said, folks, go listen to everybody I just mentioned. There's a link to them in the description below with an email to me directly. If you have anything you want to hear about, or if there's anything you want to talk about, shoot me an email. Leave it in the descriptions below. I will talk to you. Guys, I don't mind talking. I love talking. However, what I love more than anything is making sure that you guys are kept safe, that you will get to the other side. I want to see everybody survive through all this economical bullcrap that we have coming our way. And don't put your head in the sand, because it is coming. Guess what? Nothing's changing. It's just getting worse. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next video. If you have anything to say, leave it in the comments below, folks. Talk to y'all later.